Pickle jars. 4 years, 5 miscarriages of justice, then came the twins, Julian and John. But when her water broke, so did they. There was no kicking or crying, at least not from them. Her screams echoed throughout the whiteness of the corridors. Others exited with tiny squirming packages. All she left with was a wheelchair, milk-filled breasts, and postpartum depression. Later she buried them in her bedroom closet. Their caskets, glass pickle jars from Miller's Delicatessen. She talked to them every day like real babies. I thought of them as fish she won at a carnival. One day she locked me in to babysit my aquatic siblings. After a few hours I believed I was drowning at the bottom of the ocean, and my brothers couldn't unscrew their lids to save me. When my mother finally opened the door, the water swept me back into reality, and I was confused. Until the heroin kicks in, I still think about Julian and John every day. Noah's Ark. 2 weeks after Dad's death, Mom joined the Church of Noah's Ark in hopes of rising above the depression which flooded her soul. Involuntarily, I was signed on for the voyage. As we approached, I remembered the storefront building as the former home of a bicycle shop containing vehicles so divine angel children surely rode them in heaven. Personal acquisition of one, especially the Roadmaster, was prayed for every night, only to see it under the less deserving butts of bullies, fat kids, and worst of all, girls. Mid-sermon, we stepped into the ark. The huge preacher was sweating, spitting, and singing his sermon, syllabicating and accenting words in a way I'd never heard, punctuating heavily at the end of a thought with a grunt for emphasis. When he would pause for breath, the congregation would chime in with a perfectly timed, "Yes, Lord," "Amen," or "Hallelujah." The whole scene was hypnotic and twice as scary as Chiller Theater. "The devil is strong, and he will defeat you, unless you call on Jesus, I couldn't believe what happened next. My mother pogo sticked up from her seat, arms flailing, lips quivering and twitching like she had just stuck a fork in a toaster. I thought maybe she was a closet epileptic and never told me, but the people acted like she was part of the show. She then started jumping double dutch, only there was no jump rope. It was like something was trying to get out of her, like in the movie Alien. Maybe it was Dad trying to come back from the other side. Maybe Dad had just turned into the devil. Oh no! Mom was spinning around like a top and getting dizzy. All the while she had been speaking in some strange language that at first I thought was Spanish, but I know a lot of Puerto Ricans, and when they talk, it's not scary. I think my mother realized she was getting dizzy and sat down. With a glazed look in her eyes, I inched away from her, pressing my body hard against the wall. Then another lady sprang up, flapping her arms and running furiously around the church like the chicken when Uncle Sonny cut off its head with an axe. At first she frightened me with her shouted words. "Shalika, hi, Nathan, ya, 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 ya. Nathan, Shalika, ya, ya. Shalika, Nathan, na, 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 na." Then I realized this was the lady with the 2 bad kids down the block, Shalika and Nathan. And that's exactly how she called them from the porch. Then ladies in white shoes, gloves, hats, and dresses passed around wicker baskets which quickly filled with more money than I'd ever seen. After which the minister preached again. Baskets came around once more and it was over. On the bus ride home, Mom gave my hand a squeeze, saying everything's all right now. But it was not.